January movies. Let's get this over with. Hello, welcome to Just My Thoughts. I'm your host, Khaleel Ward. On this episode, I'll be talking about Underwater. It's the first movie I've seen in 2020, and it's starring Kristen Stewart, TJ Miller. You honestly get no real context of what's going on. It shows a few like newspaper clippings when it comes on, and it gives you the title, and it just you're on this not space station. What am I talking about? You underwater, this underwater station. I forget the name of it, and you see Kristen Stewart's character. She starts like a little monologue, and then all of a sudden, it gets destroyed, and she saves one guy, and then they're looking for survivors, and they find the captain, and the whole thing is just being destroyed. We don't know why. From the little things that they show you, they're obviously drilling for something. They're trying to go deep in the ocean, and I'm guessing they found something. And for a while, you don't see anything. And obviously, from the trailers, you see like this monster-looking thing, this little monster, and you see them every once in a blue when they leave the station. They're trying to walk to another station because they let all the escape pods go from that particular station. So they're trying to walk on the ocean floor to another station. That's the premise of the movie. And that's all you really get. You don't really get that many. You don't get character introductions. You don't care about any of the characters. Kristen Stewart's character, I think her name is Nora, and they mentioned that she's like a mechanical engineer, so she knows a lot about everything that's going on. But you have the captain, and you meet like three other people, and you don't even know what they're there for or what they do. There are some jump scares at times. Sorry, spoiler, big spoiler. The idea that they had isn't bad. The execution was just poor. At the end, toward the end, there's a big reveal, and if they would have went with that from the beginning, the big reveal, the movie would have been much better. That's all. That's not even a big spoiler, but there's a big reveal, and if they would have went with that from the beginning, the movie would have been much better. Other than that, it's dark all the time because they're underwater. A lot of the creature interactions is always somebody getting pulled somewhere. So like there's a wire, and maybe the creature grabs him and they're trying to pull him, and then he gets dragged somewhere, and like it's a lot of that. So the camera's constantly moving, so you don't really get a great view of the monster for a while. So that was kind of annoying. The deaths, you get deaths frequently. Like people just die real quick for no. It's like not even a build up to them dying. Like you don't even get attached to the character; they just die. You're like, okay, cool, next. But the ending, it's kind of predictable. You know what was going to happen. Again, if they would have went with the big reveal as the premise of the movie, I think the story would have been much better. But it was poor execution. The idea was cool, stuff underwater attacking people, but they didn't set it up right. They just went straight into the movie. They didn't play it up for either jokes or like horror. It's just straight into everything that happens. And this is what happens with January movies. It seems like they had like one little idea, and they just failed to execute. It's not something I would recommend. If you like Kristen Stewart, you probably won't like her too much in this. The cast not very strong. There wasn't any particular roles, like you have that strong person, you have the brave person, you have the really intelligent person. Everybody just seemed scared, and TJ Miller was trying to be funny, but his jokes weren't really landing. I chuckled probably once at one of his jokes, but Underwater is something you could pass, honestly. 2020. It's January. Rough movies come out in January. So Underwater, pass. Have you seen it? Let me know what you thought about it. Um, Let me know what you thought about the big reveal. Honestly, that's all I really care about. But thank you for listening. Deuces. This one was, I did 5 minutes on this?